After the state introduced their new tax code, many cities are left with the task of redesigning tax codes at the local level. In Cedar Falls, that means that while 2015 won't see any changes, 2016 will see an increase in residential property taxes.
So what that means for businesses and residents of Cedar Falls is when you take the factor, not only the rate, but the rollback, which is the amount that when you take the assessed value of your home times the rollback, that's the amount that can be taxed. What it means for residents is they'll actually see a 0% increase, so they will see no change in their property tax bill. For businesses, commercial, industrial, they'll actually see a decrease in their property tax bill of 7.5%.
The state's now current tax code functions to lower property taxes on commercial and industrial properties. Also included is a new class of multi-residential properties, which will begin being classified on July 1st, 2017. To account for the lost revenue with these tax decreases, residential property owners will be covering up the gap. However, this is expected to be accounted for after only 2 years.
That really kind of creates a property tax burden shift from commercial onto residential. As the residential rollback goes up and the commercial goes down, all things being equal, that naturally means there'll be a shift of more property taxes coming from residential. For Cedar Falls, that's around $600,000 in our general fund, but that's only guaranteed up through fiscal year 17. So after next year, there is no guarantee we'll get that amount, so that could be a loss to the general fund after that.
While the city's total expenses have risen by nearly $20 million, revenue should rise as well by around $8 million. This will help prevent the city from running a high deficit, but it does still leave gaps to be covered by the residential property owners. Another contributing factor to help keep the increased residential tax rates at bay are the various budget cuts that have been made over the past year.
One of the things that we've really been working on over the last year and a half is trying to look at how can we reduce costs. And we've done some things as it relates to reorganization, looking at some of our contracts, also outsourcing some things. And a lot of that is really what got us to this base of being able to have a 0% increase for residential. But we also know that our work's really not finished. So we know that we still have some work to do, some things we have to do about, how can we be more efficient? How can we keep trying to reduce costs?
For Channel 15 City News, I'm Nathan Grieve.